Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. I'm down here with Tom, and we've got Jack, we've got Reedy, Jake and Sam over there as well. Don't they look excited, them two over there? It's European football night, lads. Come on.
Dilly ding, dilly dong.
Dilly ding. Indeed, Tom, indeed. Listen, we're looking forward to it. We're down here at Peter's Pizzas, and the staff who work here are Napoli fans, Tom. A big European night that we've seen some pictures from the ground already, all the flags out there. These are the nights we love to look forward to, aren't they?
It doesn't matter what is in Champions League, the UEFA Cup, FA Cup, whatever. It's a competition that Leicester want to go and win. And Europe is a route into the Champions League, and we've got to take it seriously this year. And I think you've seen the message from Brendan and Casper over the last couple of days that they are taking it seriously and they want to get out of this group. They want to finish top of the group like they did last year. And it's going to be a very, very tough game tonight, but a very exciting game in some ways against a team undefeated in the Italian League.
I mean, you mentioned there, Tom, about Casper. We were just having a chat here while scoffing our faces on pizza while you were doing your prediction show about Casper. Some of them saying, would Danny Ward play tonight? For me, Casper, these are the games Casper and Vardy want to play in, aren't they?
Danny Ward is the probably League Cup, and he'll play at Millwall next week or the week after when it is, and the FA Cup goalkeeper for me. And Casper will play Premier League and Europe, and tonight is a Casper game where he will be up there and he'll pull out one big save for us tonight. I can guarantee you that full start.
Yeah, so do you think Vardy will start as well tonight? Because there'll be a lot of talk about Daka.
I think a lot of people are expecting a lot of changes tonight. I personally don't see that. I think he'll go with his strongest team he can play. I think there'll be one or two. Oh, there's the lineup before we start. Do you want me to read it out?
Yeah, go on then. Let's have a look. It's early team news because of Europa. So
team news is Casper Schmeichel in goal, Cassagna, Evans, Vestergaard and Bertram as your back four. Iosi Perez starts, as I called earlier, and Didi, Samari, Barnes, Nacho and Daka makes his first Leicester City appearance.
So, I mean, look, Tom, there's a hell of a lot to try and talk through there.
Well, that's just what me said. There won't be any changes tonight. I mean,
you were just about to say. I mean, I don't know whether. I mean, Daka starting is probably big news.
Big news. Daka gets his start. First chance we get to see Vestergaard and Johnny Evans playing at the back. Probably shows you at the moment that.
So why has he done that at the back? Vestergaard, Evans, and Bertrand. What is?
Does it tell you that the confidence in Cags at the moment isn't high enough, and they just want to start trying to build that back four? I mean,
don't get me wrong. Vestergaard and Evans, I've got no problems with.
Lots of experience in there, isn't there? The only thing that's lacking is pace. There's no pace in that back four.
Which Sanku does have. Exactly. I mean, Vestergaard is slow.
He is slow.
Johnny Evans isn't that bad.
No, but I just think that's the part where Sancho played when Evans, he's got that pace to recover if we make a mistake. But it'll be interesting to see that midfield partnership tonight. Simani and Ndidi in the middle, you know. First outing for Simari. A big game for him to start getting his first full game. Barnes keeps his place. What I'm surprised about him from Angia, I thought he was very poor the weekend, and Lookman looked exciting and direct running with the ball was what I really liked about him. And look, there was no way Nacho weren't going to start after his performance. I mean, he was sensational when he came on, and he was causing havoc. So look, you've got to make changes. I thought there's a lot more change than I was expecting for next year. But it just shows you now one thing. We have strength and depth in this squad, what we didn't have 12 months ago.
I'm going to try and get a few comments in here, Tom, and then I'll come back to you. Nick says Nacho's in for Madders. In there. I'm going to ask Jack about that. Let's see if we can get Jack in. Jack. No Maddison.
I guess, does Maddison really deserve to start after how he's performed this season? Brendan Rodgers in his press conference said, you know what, he's going to take time to heal after all his injuries. Maddison's not performed to the levels that Brendan Rodgers wants this season. Does he deserve to be dropped? Yes. But others deserve to be given a chance in the Europa League this season. I think it's their time to shine, like Daka, Iheanacho, Samare. It's time for them players to shine and say, you know what, Brendan, I deserve to be in that starting 11 for the Premier League as well as the Europa League.
Jack, there's a lot of Leicester fans down here. I think everybody's looking forward to it and fairly excited, aren't they, about a European night down here? What's your take on it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. The build-up, to the game is going to be tremendous. The atmosphere. It's nights like this that you look forward to, Phil, and you just want to take full advantage of it every game you play in this league. And, you know, it's the experience that comes with it and all the atmosphere. It's amazing. It's special nights that you really look forward to as a kid growing up. Champions League, Europa League. It's exciting times for Leicester, and hopefully this season we'll take it more seriously. The fans are going to be the 12th man tonight and push us on for that Europa League this season. And hopefully come the end we lift that trophy up.
I'm going to switch come around now to Reedy, who's here. So, Reedy, that team is quite mixed up. We've just been chatting about what the team's going to be for about an hour here, and I don't think any of us were going for that one.
No, I really thought there was going to be a bit of a shock today, and it has, to be honest. I think there's a big risk that we've played people like Daka and Sumo in this sort of squad. But then again, looking at the formation, it looks like it's a 4-4-2, so a bit more solid, a bit more experience in there, I think. So obviously, other than Daka, it's a lot more experience in the back line. So I think we could do well, but I'm a bit shocked at the team news. But yeah.
What's the biggest shock for you today? Is it Soyuncu? Is it Novardi? Is it?
I think it's just a mixture of most of the players have been switched around. I think Daka, for me, is a bigger risk putting him something like in this sort of game than having him in the Brighton game and then having maybe Sumet and Ndidi in instead of having Tielemans in there as well. So it's a hard thing to kind of look and say this is a big risk for us.
I'll come back to you in a minute, really. I'm going to ask. We've got Jake and Sam here as well from Leicester Fan TV. I'm going to ask them because they're two sides of the Perez argument. Okay, so I'm just going to ask Sam and Jake. Let's start with Sam. What's your take, Sam, on Perez straight back in that side?
He needs to prove what he's worth tonight. If he's come back into the team tonight, if he has a stinker, then it's no good for him. He needs to come in and do well tonight.
I mean, Sam, you are a Perez fan, aren't you?
I like him. He could be a good player when he's actually trying. I think he doesn't suit the winger. He doesn't suit a winger role, but that's probably where he's going to play today. But I think he just needs to take his chances. But we've signed Lookman. Lookman's a winger. I'd give Perez the first half, if not 60 minutes. If he's not doing anything, just bring Lookman in. Because, you know, we've learned in this player, we might as well use these players. That's what Daka and Sumo are playing today. We've all got rotation players. We've all got like these rotation players to come in now. So that's clearly what we're seeing. It's like we'll see Daka and Sumo tonight, and we'll probably go back to Tielemans and Vardy on Sunday.
And Jake, you're the other side of that argument because you tend to not be supporting Perez. But what's your take on him going straight back into today's side?
Well, for me, it just shows a little bit of that Rodgers has got a bit of his favourites. I mean, for me, Perez, I don't think he's done too much. Perez hasn't done too much this season for me for him just to waltz back into a Europa League game against Napoli. You know, it's a tough game. I don't think he should just roll back in. Albrighton, I think, has looked all right. Not had a problem with him. Lookman came on for half an hour against Man City, and I thought, looked decent. And I don't think Perez has offered enough for me just to waltz back in this team.
I mean, Tom, we were just saying, Jake saying they're waltzing back in the team. I can't make my mind up with this team sheet tonight. Is Rodgers? Is he resting some players? Like, is Perez back in because he can, and it enables somebody to get a bit of a breather for Sunday, or is Perez Brendan Rodgers' love child?
I think it comes down to a couple of things for me. This one, one that he got sent off the other week, so he's now missing 3 games of the Premier League, and you've got to try and keep some kind of match fitness and sharpness in there. So it's a good opportunity to play him and give him a game now and a game in 2 weeks' time. So we haven't really lost anything out of being sent off. I think, as I was saying earlier, that this team and squad is a lot better than we were 12 months ago, and you're still looking at it. You've got Fofana and James Justin at the back to come into it. It just shows you how better the team is. And for me, I got it wrong. I personally did not see him making that many changes. I thought maybe 2 at max, 3 at maximum tonight. But look, it shows you where we've come as a team and as a squad now, that he's got a lot of faith in the players he's got in and around him. When you're looking at the bench and you've got Ricardo, Tielemans, Vardy, Soyuncu, Dewsbury Hall, Chowdhury sitting there chomping at the bit to get into that team when they come on tonight, and even Lookman now. We are a better team than we were 12 months ago. I'd say squad depth. Then actually how we're playing. Playing wise, we're not playing as good as we were this time 12 months ago. But I'd say squad depth, we are a lot better this time round, going into a campaign that's going to be a long campaign with Europe on the books this time.
Come on then, before we go, I'm going to go and ask everybody what the score predictions are, Tom, for tonight. Go on then.
I'm going 3-1 Leicester.
3-1 Leicester, and seeing as we're at Peters, we bet first goal scorer as well.
Go Daka. Daka to get away with the goal tonight.
Daka and 3-1, because don't forget, if you guys want to win some pizza, all you have to do is put in the comments your predictions. First goal scorer, correct final score, Jack. First goal scorer.
Iheanacho.
And final score.
2-1 to Leicester. I think it's going to be a very tricky game. It's going to be end-to-end stuff. Two very good attacking sides. It's going to be made for a very interesting game. I think Leicester's going to edge it in this one, but don't count out Napoli because they're very wary and very threatening coming forward with the likes of Insigne, Lozano, Osmian as well. They've got some pace of their own, so I wouldn't write off Napoli too soon. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting game and a very good one tonight. Hopefully very entertaining.
Reedy, first goal scorer, correct final score.
It's a difficult one, but I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Leicester. But I think they're gonna score first, and I think it's gonna be a Lozano first goal, and then we come back and get hopefully a brace with Daka. So yeah.
So, it's gonna be a tough one. I think we're gonna win 3-2 tonight. I think we're gonna score Vestergaard from a corner.
I'm going to go 4-1 Leicester, and I'm going to go for Iheanacho to score first. I'm being optimistic.
He is being optimistic. 4-1 Leicester.
If that happens, he's buying the pizza next time round.
Listen, I think it's going to be tough. I actually think it's going to be a draw. I think it's 2-2 draw.
After the result with
Walsall 1 last night.
1-0, you know. Points home against probably the toughest team in the whole competition for me. How Leicester is still second favourite to beat. It's an interesting one. I don't understand it.
Yeah, go on then, Jack. Jack's going to read out the Napoli team.
So you've got Ospina in goal, Malqui, Rami, Koulibaly at centre half, Di Lorenzo, and Gisso, as you know him at Fulham, he's on loan there. Fabian, Zielinski, Lozano, Osmian, Insigne. Subs for Napoli, Baffelli, Idasiak, Juan Jesus, Manolas, Zanelli, Elmas, Unas, Patagno, and Politano.
Jack with some great Italian pronunciation. I'm going to just see if I can get the pizza guys. Let's see if I can get him. Yes, mate. Come here. Come on. You're a Napoli fan, aren't you?
Yeah. Hi.
Hiya. What's your score prediction?
Score prediction. I really hope it's going to be a nice game. I'm expecting a nil game, but I do think it's going to be a draw.
A draw.
I think it's going to be a draw. 1-1. I do believe it's going to be 1-1.
Brilliant. All right, thanks for that. And the guy behind that, he's too busy. He's working. What's your score prediction, mate? Come on.
I think will be a big match, but of course, Naples win.
They're all Napoli fans down here at Peters. Honestly, oh, look at them. They're all there. They're eating pizzas, making pizzas for us. We'll eat them, but we'll beat them later. We'll beat them. Listen, thanks for watching. Join the watch along with Jono and Michael Birdside. So he is coming in at, that's starting about 7:15. Keep getting your comments in and join us down there. Jack's getting in on the thing. We'll see you after the match.